I'm Patty.
And we are
El Efecto
Podcast. We're just a little bit delusional right now.
Dude, we've been trying to record this intro
for
bitch, I'm hot. Like, this shit was so funny. We kept saying, okay, let's rock this bitch. Okay.
But hey, we're here now.
We're here. Bro, this is episode 25.
25.
I can't
25.
Yeah.
Whoa.
She was
I was like, wait. Oh,
mind blown.
Wow. Yeah.
No, but that is like a whoa moment.
Yeah, 25.
That's a lot. Bitch, I'm fucking sweating. It's hot today. Like,
I know,
it's finally,
yeah.
this weather is finally getting warmer.
Yeah.
But we were in the pod room.
It was way too hot in there.
So I think my body's still adjusting, but we're getting a good breeze.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'm like, I feel like good, but yeah. So welcome back, guys. Like Patty said, episode 25.
Woo-hoo.
We hope you guys enjoyed last week's episode.
So good.
It was so good.
Thank you, Danitza, for joining us.
Yes.
Who I love. Guys, check them out. Check her out. Spam their page.
Yeah.
It was so good.
It was so good. And then I know, like, I had a few texts saying, like, oh my god, that was, like, so cool to, like, learn and just hear about and hear her story. So, yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. And then, if you guys haven't seen it, their Taste Salud, campaign, it was so good. It was so cute.
It's really good. You can find all of that on
socials.
Yeah, on their socials and also the Taste
Salud
page.
Yeah, guys, so welcome back. So with that said, let's get into episode 25.
Yes. What?
Yes.
Can I get a hiya?
Hiya. We get that Shakira voice.
Bitch, I was about to say, do you guys want to hear Mely's Shakira voice?
No, thank you. No.
It's iconic.
No.
She does a really good job.
I do.
You guys are missing out.
Catch me forgetting. I don't even know what I was
Watch the next clip. You're going to be doing it randomly.
It's just gonna come naturally.
She's going to say, what does she actually say?
Oh, baby, when you go.
No, what does she actually, what are the actual words?
That little.
I'm like, what is she saying? Anyways. Okay, time out. Okay. So, Shawty Bay had like something at the Globe Theater. You know, like they have like Trapetón, they have Travesuras. She had like a club hosting on Thursday.
Here in LA?
At the Globe Theater on Thursday.
Oh, shit.
And it was so funny because I took a screenshot of it. Excuse me. And I was going to send it to you, but I forgot. I got busy with something and I didn't send it. Okay, whatever. Fast forward to Friday. I'm talking to one of my coworkers and she was like, because she bartends, and she was like, oh, she was like, girl, I'm so tired. I was bartending at the Globe Theater. She's like, it wasn't Trapetón. She's like, it was something else. And I was like, I'm like, oh, I know what you mean. I was like, I've been there. And she was like, yeah. She was like, some girl shoddy. I was like, what? She was like, oh, you know who she is? And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
I was like, I forgot to send that to my cousin and be like, we should pull up.
Yeah.
But she was like, yeah. She's like, they were wild.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
she's
but
probably
I
there
just thought it was
like
funny.
Wilito.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really see much of it on social media, but
yeah.
I just saw the poster and I was like, when she told me that she was bartending that night, I was like,
yeah. Shawty Bay is doing her thing, so.
And then when she was on Jenica's podcast, I saw something that she's gonna do something with Pollo Loco.
Oh, period.
You didn't see that?
She's gonna be like, este pollo está suavecito, not duro.
Oh shit. We love you, Shawty Bay.
We do. Oh my god, I'm talking about like Shawty Bay. So we were at my grandma's house for Gigi's like birthday.
Oh yeah.
And they had put like Hasbula on her cake, and my Nina was like, I was trying to actually print pictures of Shawty Bay and put her on there.
Aww.
And we all started like, we were talking about like Shawty Bay, and then one of our cousins was there, and she was like, yeah, who is this girl? You sent her to me, but like I need to find out. And let's set that. So we were like telling her, we were talking to her, and then my Nina says, by the way, she's like, you guys need to have her on the episode. She was like, you better tag her. She's like, she hasn't like, and then she was like, she hasn't blown up yet. You guys can pay for it. I was like, you want to help pay for it?
She's blown up. Yeah. She's blown up.
No, but
I'm fucking dead.
But yeah, so it was just funny. She was like, "You guys need to have her on the episode."
Like you should have told her, yeah, message her.
Yeah, she's
Set
like,
it up.
"Tag her. You guys need to do it." I'm like, "Oh my god, if only you guys knew."
Yeah, bro. I mean, we've said it before.
Yeah,
we open.
Yeah,
Sade.
Let us know. You're already on Janica, so I feel like now you're like, okay, I could be on a few others.
Yeah, she popping.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways,
guys,
let's catch up because I feel like it's been a while, but it's because whenever we have like a guest, we don't catch up with you guys. Mm-hmm. So I feel like it's been like 2 weeks.
Yeah, pretty
much.
I
feel like we have a lot to catch up on. So, how are you? How are things? How's your week been?
Oh my god. No, I mean I'm good. It's been like I'm good. It's been a little tough. I'm not gonna lie. So it's been a little bit hard these past 2 weeks, honestly, and this past like month. It's been a little tough on me, but overall, I've been good, doing the same, just with my dog, work, and but with last week I had got an amazing opportunity, which I was very shocked about, and I was definitely nervous, but we've talked about imposter syndrome here before. Mm-hmm. And I think that's definitely something that I always struggle with, and imposter syndrome, not believing in myself, and just always being so hard on myself. So when that opportunity came along, I got extra stressed out, but I was in a way mad at myself because I'm like, dude, just get your shit together, do it, whatever, it is what it is, now just show that you can do it. But in that moment, I was going through I'm still going through some personal shit with myself, just mentally. So it was just adding more to it, and then on top of that, I had so much work to get done and so on. So it was just a lot. So I took a moment and I was okay, just put take a deep breath, put your mind get your mind fresh, kind of block in my way. I was block everything else that it's in your head right now. Prioritize what you have to do for the day, get it done. And then focus on that last opportunity part, So then that's what I ended up doing. I was okay, just gonna I stayed pretty late. I got home late, and then guys. So it's just the opportunity that I came along. I was very nervous, but I ended up killing it. And then this is just a reminder, imposter syndrome. But as long as you believe in yourself, literally, you will get it done. And it's you have to be a little bit more easy on yourself, because I never thought I would be in the position that I was in and have gotten that opportunity so quick, and just overall ever thought I would have been there. And then that same day, I had to finalize some stuff for Desanti. So just on top of that, I was shit, you literally just killed that, and you're finalizing the stuff for your business, and I took that moment, and I took myself to on a little solo date. I was okay, let me take myself to get a margarita and sushi. Period. Yeah, and I was damn, I did that shit, and I even posted an Instagram post on my close friends, because I don't a lot of times I just don't say that to myself, and it was a way of even though I'm telling that to myself, it was a way of me putting it out there, no bitch, read it and believe it.
I literally. That's what I said, tattoo that shit on your brain. Yeah. But literally, so when Mely was texted me throughout the week and was this is happening, and I was you got it. I was focus on one thing at a time. You got it. I'm not worried about it. Yeah. And then when she told me she got this opportunity, I was so excited. I was bitch. I was yeah. You're gonna be fine. But what I told you was the expectation isn't that you're the expert. Mm-hmm. It's they just want to see what you can do and at least try. And I'm that is something to kind of show them I can do more than you even thought I could do. Yeah. And you proved it to yourself fuck, I can do it. And under so much pressure. Yes. You have so much shit on your plate, and you were able to prioritize and get shit done.
Yeah, and it got done, guys. And I ended up getting, not that it's needed, but there's times where getting that validation, damn, you killed it, you did good. We, like you said, we didn't know, now we know, and there could be more opportunities coming. So I was just all right, shit, okay, it's done. And I was literally so happy afterwards. I was bitch, I killed that shit.
I was I knew it. I think that's something that I think we've talked about previously in early episodes. You have to advocate for yourself at work and advocating looks so different. It could literally be like, I did X, Y, and Z, or asking for feedback, or just you giving yourself that like moment and being like, oh shit, like
I could do it.
I can do it. Yeah. And it like motivated you to like keep the ball rolling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I literally had a good point right now when you were saying that, and I lost track of it a little bit, like lost out of it. But
what was it that?
It had. I know. I'm like it literally had to do with it came back. I was like, wait, it came back, and it's something that Patty has always told me. But just know that you're more than capable of doing like whatever it is, whatever comes your way. You're more than capable than like accomplishing it. Than just like of doing it. Because again, there's so many times where you're just like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it, or that's not me, or like, why me? But it's like, no, you're more than capable. And as long as you just stick to it and like just fuck it, just do it. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't fucking work out. But that was very like, I was like, oh damn, all right. Like it just made me realize that. And then again, it just made me take a step back to be like, okay, this is what happened. You never thought you would be in that position. You never thought you would be in that position, and then on top of that, like,
what did we were freaking aware. I said something.
Oh really? I know. I'm like, it's the heat, guys.
It's fucking te lo estoy pasando.
But yeah, so it was a nice little moment to be like, bitch, you got this.
Sorry, okay.
But yeah, it was just a nice little moment. But I guess going back to like just the hard part of like the week. I don't know. I've just been going through it, guys, a little bit. But I guess we can touch on that a little bit more towards the end of the episode. But yeah, guys, other than that, just work. I had that opportunity.
You had a really cool experience yesterday.
Oh my god, yes. Going back, yeah. So we've talked about Edith on here before.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if have we said her name?
I don't know if we said her name, but yeah.
But shout out Edith.
Yeah, I always said Edith, but Edith. And she reached out to me like a few weeks ago, and she was like, hey, she's like, so I was invited to like my first influencer event. Do you want to come with me and be my +1? I was like, oh my god, like, yes, of course. So it was in Beverly Hills, and we went. She bougie. So yeah, I picked her up. We went over, and we both like were like, it's weird because we were both afterwards like reflecting about like the experience where like we didn't know what to expect. So I don't know, I still don't know, but it was definitely different. There was a lot of people, I will say that. There was a lot of people, so at first we were kind of both like, oh, like it's a lot. But once like we got to the panel and just like meeting people, and like we see a bunch of other like different businesses, and you start seeing like, oh, this person's like on TikTok, this person's like here. And it was very cool to see that. We met a few other like Latina girls, because that's one thing we, like us Latinas that were there, we called out. There's like no representation there. Like it was very, very limited.
Dang.
So we were both
But I mean, the fact that you guys were there, being the representation, like I feel like that's awesome. But I mean, the fact that you noticed it too.
Yeah, we noticed it right away, because afterwards we're like, okay, it's like the few of us here. We were looking around, we're like, damn, there's no representation, you know. And even in the panelists, there was a few. I'll say that. So the panel discussions, they had a few like people with like small businesses, and then they had a celeb panel.
Wait, who was the brand that invited you?
So Physicians Formula invited her, and then there was a bunch of other like brands there. But so they had a panelist. So the Modern Day Wife hosted the event, and then for the panel they had like Audrina from like the Hills, and I honestly, she's the only one that I knew. The other ones I was not really like aware of. But then they had other small businesses come on, such as like realtors, anything from skin, like nice. Realtors, skin, beauty, clothing, like all of that. So it was that was nice just to see all women up there, and then them talking about their businesses and how much they all supported. I learned a lot from them.
Good.
Yeah, so that aspect, I loved it. But it was funny because I said this to someone in a text message. He was like, oh, how is it? And I was like, oh, it's cool. I was like, but it was so funny, guys. that on one side,
Oh God.
on one side you have your side that's filming, taking content, and at the bar. And then on the other side, you had, you know, people taking content, but actually listening to the panelists, networking, and so on. So I thought that was very interesting. I was like, oh, okay. So it's like you have like all loud at the bar, like literally just taking pictures, taking content, like whatever they had to do. And on the other side, you have like the other, like they're taking content of the actual panel, the discussion, and networking and listening to the stories. I was like, obviously on that side, I was like, oh, I want to learn more about these people. So, and we were talking about that. I was like, did you notice that like separation? And of course, on the side that there was people networking and like listening to the panelists, there was more diversity. Whereas on the other side, it was mainly white and Asian. So we were just like, yeah. It
was the people on this side like newer influencers and the people on that side
it was a little bit of both. And it felt like the people on this side, they were just younger.
Okay.
So it could have been that, like they were just younger, and then they were more there for like a good time, you know. They're like, oh, we're here, we got like this stuff that we have, we're gonna go home, take content, like they're there to get paid, you know. Whereas the other side, they were there to like enjoy the event, they're still getting their things done, but
they're like more invested in
and it could also be the different type of influencer that they are. But yeah, so I noticed that. And there was someone who spoke. She was a realtor. She was Latina. She was one of the few Latinas that was in that panel, and she just spoke on, like, you know, of everything that goes on. And it was nice to see that we're like, okay, we have some representation there, and I could see that people were like listening. And there was a moment she got very like sentimental, and everyone was kind of like, oh shit, you know, because she called it out. She was like, I never thought, let alone be in Beverly Hills as a realtor here. My mom growing up would be like, tú nunca vas a estar allí, and so on. So that was very interesting. But yeah, at the end of it, everything else, like at the beginning, it was super cool, guys. I mean, she's there with a brand. There's makeup, we get goodies, and I forgot my goodie bag's still in the car. I need to take it out.
Bitch, it better not melt.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
Bitch,
guys, I got home and I was just starving.
Dude, this bitch texted me.
Yeah,
Patty, I haven't eaten. I was like,
eat.
Is there anything? She was like, oh, there's vendors. I'm gonna see once the panel's over. I'm gonna go look. I was like, okay,
guys. No. I'm like, I'm not even gonna put it out there, but no. I was like, oh my god. I was like, I'm gonna die. And the person next to me, she's like, see, she's like, this is an influencer life. They just want to keep us skinny. I was like, oh no.
Not the toxic.
But yeah, like, I was like, oh. But yeah, after that, I mean, overall, the experience was definitely super cool. But again, like, this is the first event that she went to. It's the first event I've ever been to like that. So we were both like, we don't know what to expect. We didn't know what to expect. We were a little bit late, so we didn't make it to like the brand lunch part. So maybe that would have been a little bit different too. But yeah, just being around like the people were like, oh, okay, you'll like notice. I'm like, oh, this person does this. It's like, so that was cool. But people were very nice. That's one thing. People were very nice, hyping each other up, taking the content, like putting the light on when, like, you know, like I did notice that people were nice, just hyping each other up.
I think because they like get it that they need to get content. But I think it's cool that like Edith, she literally, like, guys, she like popped off. I feel like overnight. Yeah. I feel like she's been posting things, but it was like from one day to the next, she just like gets so many people like engaging with her. Yeah. And look, like she literally got invited to an influencer event.
And her and I had like a very good talk after the event, like on our way back. And we were talking about that. She's like, you know, she's like, Mely, like I never like thought I would do this. She's a very shy person. Me and her are very, very alike, which we ended up like, we were both like, what? Like, it was just crazy. And a lot of it was like our childhood growing up that aligned. We were like, damn, it was always like, you know, like the experiences we were going through and stuff. But she's a very shy person. So she's like, I never even thought about it. She was like, but I kind of use that as like my outlet to be like, okay, like just make friends, do this. And she's like, and I was scared of being judged. She's like, but I've been judged my whole life. So what does that, like, you know, what is that going to add to it? But yeah, she's a very smart girl. She's very driven. Smart. Very, very driven. She knows what she knows what she wants, and she keeps herself busy, but we've had a conversation. She's like, your guys' episodes, like El Efecto, has helped me. Like, she's like, I see my mentality be like Mely, and then Patty telling me like, wake the fuck up, like take time for yourself. She's like, I take Patty's advice for myself, you know? She's like, because sometimes I feel like I'm just constantly blocking everything going on in my life with work, that I never like take it to myself. And then she's like, so seeing that balance between you guys, which I got very like happy, and I was nice to hear that, like, you know, that's making that impact on her. So yeah, but overall, guys, it was really cool to see, and yeah, it was nice. It was a nice
to the first of many.
Yeah, I know. Fingers crossed.
No,
I'm
literally,
Edith, like,
when Mely
so
texted me, I was like, bitch, take your business card. I was like, pimp your fucking self
Yeah.
out. Like, tell them about your business.
Yeah.
And then I was like, and talk about the plot. I was like, but first talk about DeSanti. Like, especially because it was about small businesses. And, like, you're a small business owner.
Yeah, and then I got to see, like, a lot. The panelists, I was like looking them up too because I didn't know like a lot of them.
Did you like introduce yourself to anyone?
There was a few people that we were like introducing ourselves to, and then her because she was there with like she knew certain TikTokers, so she's like, hey guys, like this is like Mely, and then she would like tell them, and then we would have conversations, and then we like it was crazy because then they would tell me certain things about them, like, oh, like now, for example, there was one girl, they have a is it a birria? Not birria.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they have. Oh my god. No, it's like birria, but it's a different name. Barbacoa.
Oh.
So she was telling me, she's like, you know, like she got into TikTok, like just posting her stuff out there, Latina as well, and then she was like, she gets emotional being at these events because not too long ago she was telling me that like her and her family were struggling. They were in like an apartment, and her mom started selling barbacoa out of like, you know, it went from a little pot to then they later like applied at a swap meet, and then it got huge.
Oh, shit.
And now they have a food truck, and like they're going to places, so they have a food truck, and now they just gifted her and her like fiance or husband one of their food trucks.
Oh my God.
So they're passing along that like recipe, and she was like telling me everything, and it comes from traditions. Like it started in Mexico. Her grandpa, like, you know, he like got, I don't know, how what do you say, perfected the craft of like barbacoa. He would go to different places. They have a bunch of like restaurants in Mexico, and they wanted to bring it here. And she's like, we started with an olla, and now we're like with, you know, so I was like, oh my God, like, so it was very nice for us to like just connect on that part. And then her like, yeah, like keep doing it. I'm like, you too. And then networking, like I was telling her about like Angel City Market, Shops Monterey.
That's literally what I was thinking about.
Yeah, like I was like, have you heard of these? And she's like, I honestly haven't. I was like, Angel City Market, Shops Monterey, you have your food truck now, like put yourself out there and do it, you know? And then she's like, the TikTok aspect for her is so different. So she's like, now that she has both, she's like, I never like would have thought. But yeah, so just hearing the stories and just getting to know people was really cool. Yeah.
I love that.
No. But yeah, that's pretty much the only exciting thing I had like this week.
Good.
Oh,
two exciting.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, so that's pretty much how that event went. But different, new, and but very interesting, and it did teach me a lot. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, Patty, how was your week so far?
So far, so good. Work, I feel like, so I have change coming at work, and not gonna lie, at first, like literally the second I read what the change was, like my stomach dropped, and then I kind of gave myself like literally counted to 5, and then I like switched it. I was like, no, this is awesome. Like, this is a good opportunity for me to kind of step up a little more. It's gonna be really good for me. I'm gonna be working with someone different, and I've heard nothing but amazing things about this person. Literally everyone, from like people at my level, assistants, people above my level, even VPs. Like yesterday we had an event at the office, and I ran into someone, and they're like, oh, how's it going? And I mentioned it to them. They're like, oh my God. They're like, don't worry about it. Okay. They were like, I was with that person one day and I learned so much. They were like, you're gonna be fine. And I was like, okay, like, made me feel a lot better. And I'm just proud of myself that I didn't let that first initial feeling of like, oh my God, like, start to fucking make me spiral. Because the old me, 100%, I'd have been like, oh my God, like, why me? Like, I just got to this position and now they're gonna change it. Like, I would have made it like this whole thing. And I literally was like, no, this is good. This is a good thing. I like tricked my mind, and I don't know what it was, if I was listening to a podcast or if it could have been a TikTok or like a snippet from a podcast. But essentially what the message was, like, your emotions take over, but you have like a very, very tiny window when you can flip it to something good. Because if you are stuck in thinking that something's gonna turn out bad after X amount of seconds, that's your mindset and that's how it's gonna be, and that will make you spiral. But if you're able to just like immediately, like within the whatever amount of time, think positively, it's gonna flip it right away, and you're not even gonna think negatively anymore. You're just gonna think positively. And I had just heard that, so I think I had that like in my head. So I was like, okay, like no. And it's just crazy that literally that mentality was now I'm excited. Like I'm obviously sad that I can't work with the person I was working with, but I'm excited. So I have that change coming. And then guys, I'm gonna be traveling soon. At the end of July, I have 3 like work trips, getaways booked. So I'll be in Vegas, and then we're gonna spend some time in Newport for some things, and then I'm gonna go to Boston. Never been to the East Coast. I'm so excited. I'm nervous for the weather.
Oh yeah, I didn't think
because it's like the first week of August. Right now, like this week it was raining, but it might be fucking hot.
Yeah.
I'm going to die.
Yeah, because they get like a little bit later on. Yeah, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. And then, was it last week? Yeah, last week I went to a wedding.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations,
Marissa
guys.
and Vince, Mr. and Mrs. Flores. I know Marissa's listening or watching. I feel like I've mentioned Marissa on this before on the pod, but Marissa is one of my good friends. Like our families grew up together. Like her mom grew up with my cousins and my aunts, so like we've always just been around each other. And then we got really close when we went to high school together. And her now husband, it's just crazy because like the high school friends that were there, we were talking, we're like, guys, we were there from the beginning. Like when she would tell us about him senior year, they're high school sweethearts. Their first date was senior prom. Like,
oh my god,
like how cute is that?
Oh my god.
And yeah, they're just adorable. It was such a beautiful wedding. Like you could tell that like everyone there was there for them. They like love them and their story, and it was so beautiful. Their vows, bitch. I was like, oh my god. And Marissa, I know you're listening, bitch, baby cakes. You are the strongest person I know. Oh god, it was so beautiful. Like, it was just, there was a moment where she gave a speech. Bro, I literally was like recording, trying not to cry. I turn around, everyone is crying.
Marissa, she told me about this. I was like, damn.
Dude, everyone was crying. Guys were crying. Everyone. And I was just like, oh, it was just so beautiful. And we had so much fun. Like, so much fun. The minute the music started, the party was on. And they had open bar. Took advantage of it. Literally, everything was just so nice. Like, the venue was so cute. It was in downtown. The decor was pretty. It was like rustic kind of farmhouse. Yeah. Super cute, super elegant. They had tacos with tortillas hecho a mano. Bitch, you would have loved it.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
And then the open bar, they had like their signature drinks. I was basically drinking like kind of like a watermelon margarita-ish type of drink. I think I had like 12. Like the first one, I grabbed it, I was like, oh, this is good. And I finished it. And they're like this big, bitch. Yeah. So I just started double fisting.
I can eat 2 of these.
And my friend Cameron was like, she's like, I love it. She's like, I love it. So I kept going back. And then whatever, we started dancing. And then I think after my 4th one, I was like, I want a shot. So I took my shot, Centenario. It was añejo. So good, smooth. And then I was like, cool, like I'm cold. I'll just stick to the drinks. Bitch. So we started dancing. I went back to the bar and I went to go get, again, just 2 drinks. But her Nina was there and like I know her. And she was getting a shot with someone else. And it was my fault for making conversation with them. And her Nina goes, 3 shots. And I was like, I'm not taking one. She was like, you're taking one. I was like, no, I'm not. She goes, you're not going to tell me no. And I was like, I looked at the bartender like I don't want to. And the bartender was like, you'll be fine. And the bartender like pours them. Guys, the first shot she poured me, if there was like this big, but like it was only to like right here. It wasn't that much. Mm-hmm. She spilled it. So she goes, oh, I'm so sorry. She cleans it. Bitch, she gives me like a triple. And I was like, that's too big. She was like, you can do it. I was like, and Hanina was like, you better finish it. And I was like, bitch, I don't know what came over me. Like, that shit went down like water. Period. Whatever. I went, danced. About an hour later, I went back for more drinks. I got another shot. Because I was talking to a group and they're like, give her a shot. I was like, no, I'm just getting a drink. They're like, give her a shot. And I was like, fuck. Took another one. And then I took another one. Bitch, I ended up taking maybe like 5 or 6 shots, but I had it was like, it was like, pa, 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 pa. And then I was dancing, and in my head, I was like, oh, I'm sweating it out. Like, I'm fine. Because I didn't feel a buzz at all. Yeah. And I was drinking water because it was hot. And I was like, whatever. It was so much fun. We danced the whole night. Okay, I got home. Cool. Got ready for bed. Went to sleep. I woke up in the middle of the night. And I literally turned and I was like, oh, like, I'm shit. It was like 3 or 4 in the morning. The room was spinning. I was like, I'm drunk. Oh, I literally sat up and I was like, oh, I had to. I like, trigger warning, I forced myself to throw up. I was like, I threw up and then I was like, oh, I'm chilling. Like, I go back to sleep. I'm gonna wake up fine. Mind you, this was on a Saturday. On Sunday, one of our friends got engaged. Like the Monday of the wedding. So Sunday there was a surprise brunch, and I was like, I'm gonna be fine for the brunch. I had to be there. It started at 11. I need to be there a little before. So I'm like, I'll be fine. Mely was like the day before. She's like, oh, let me know if you want to come with me. She's like, I need to get there earlier. I'm gonna leave around like 9:30, and I was like, okay, I'll let you know. I wake up to a text from Mely at like 8:50 something. Yeah. I'm guessing you're not gonna make it with me. See, like, let me know if you're gonna show up later. I woke up at like 10 something. And I literally was like, ugh. I was like, no. Like, why? Yeah. And I haven't been hungover in a long, bitch. Like,
it was the watermelon drink.
It was literally the sugar. Yeah. But I literally was like, oh, it's fine. Because I was drinking so much water. And, bitch, I did not feel a buzz at all at the wedding.
All hit at one time.
Bitch, 12 hours fucking later. I was like, I was fucking going through it. And I was like, I'm going to the brunch. I'm going to be fine. Bitch, I would get up. Nope. I was nothing. I could keep nothing down. Yeah. I was throwing up for maybe I woke up at 10. I didn't leave my house till 12. I think for an hour straight, I was just like throwing up. I took a cold shower. That helped me. I forced myself one more time. I took a little nap. I sent Mely a picture. I was dressed. Struggling. I was literally fully dressed. I was like, bitch, I could not get up. I literally was down bad. I was dressed, my hair done. Yeah. And I was like, bitch, I'm going to go. But I'm going to be late. And then she was like, can you stop to get this? Yeah. Stop to get this. And I was like, I was like, I'm going to get there eventually. It's just going to be late. Yeah. And then she's like, never mind. Like, we already got it. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. And then I don't know what came over me. I was like, okay. I was like, that's it. I was like, there's saltines. If I can, I'm going to take a bite. If I can hold it down, I'll drink a Gator and I'll be good. I took a bite and I literally was like, I was scared. I was like, I'm fine. I was like, period. I was like, I took the saltines, took my Gatorade. Guys, I was barely drinking the Gatorade. I was like just making it touch my lips. I don't know how I made it there.
Yeah, to like drink without throwing up or anything.
Literally. And then I got there and I was like, I walked in with my glasses on and thank God we were in the sun. I don't like the sun, but thank God I think that helped me. No. And I walk and I'm like, hello. I go, ya llegué. I go, tarde, cruda, pero aquí estoy. And then they were like, do you want anything? I was like, no.
And it was like champagne and mimosas. They're like, Patty, champagne,
and I was like, no. I literally sat down and I was like, people were talking and I was silent.
Yeah, we're like with food, everything.
I was like, and I think I was down bad. I got there like at 12 something, close to 1. I think it was like 12:30.
Like, yeah.
I didn't feel like a human until like 2:30, and then I literally had a bagel.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I'm good. And then Andrea gave me a Coke with Tylenol. Bitch, I think that honestly, I think sitting in the sun and the Coke and Tylenol together helped.
Yeah.
Because literally, I went from a mute, and then like I started talking to people, but I was going through it.
Yeah.
I was just there. I was like, I couldn't.
Yeah.
But going back to Marissa really quick, she's too funny. Every time, once we were on the dance floor, she was turning up. Every time she would see me, she'd be like, El Efecto Podcast, follow, like, subscribe.
I love that.
So then I just started recording her, because she did it like 3 or 4 times before I started recording. And then I would record on the dance floor while she was dancing, and she'd be like, El Efecto Podcast, follow, like, subscribe. And even Vince was like, subscribe right now. But she's so cute. We'll use that for something. But yeah, guys, listen to her. Follow, like,
and subscribe right now.
Pause. Go follow, like, subscribe right now. But it was just so funny. But okay, we could talk about Evelyn's.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so I'm like literally. So how she mentioned. So our friend got engaged. Evelyn got engaged. So we're like, okay, we need to do like something like a little surprise, and then
Mely was the one that like initiated
I was like,
it.
guys, we have to like do something, whether it's like brunch or like throwing it. But we were like, honestly, like throwing it, it's gonna be so much better. We're like at someone's like more comfortable because if we go to a restaurant, it was gonna be more, and it was just a lot. So we're like, okay, let's just do it. We did it. We planned it. It came out so cute. Everything came out perfect.
It was really cute.
Yeah, like Diana and Andrea, like they're very good and creative too. Oh, sorry. But yeah, like it was a fun time. Mimosas and I started early because I remember I woke up at 8 and I was like, okay, I gotta start getting ready, change, and then I left my house by like 8:40, 8:30, or no, like it literally when I texted you like 8:40, 8:50, and then got there. We set everything up. We were all like, we're missing stuff, we're doing this, but it ended up working out, and I just hope that Evelyn enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was really, really cute.
Yeah, it came out so cute.
And like, she was just so happy.
Yeah.
Like, and she was already on brainwash. Like, she was waiting for it, and then it happened, and I feel like with the brunch, she like last minute started to piece it together.
Yeah.
But she was just so happy that like we were even celebrating.
Yeah, because they had told her that it was only gonna be the 4 of us going to brunch, because she's gonna be moving, and we're like, okay, it's gonna be the 4 of us. Like we just told her it was because she's like, why? We're like, because you're gonna be gone soon, and after
you're asking too many questions.
Yeah, like after the proposal, I'm sure she was like, oh, it makes sense, and she was in all white.
Yeah,
and she was like, I'm just in my wifey era.
I know. I was like, why are you wearing white?
Yeah.
She was like, my bridal era.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but everything turned out super cute, and it was a nice time. It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. I'm glad I went, even though I was going through it. So that's a fucking sign that I fucking care about you, because bitch, I was fucking dying.
I know.
I literally was going through it.
She does not do that for everyone.
No, bitch, I would have been like, I'm not going.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
no, 100%.
I'm gonna sleep.
Yeah. And everyone knew, like, oh, she had a wedding the night before. Like, damn, you're a trooper. Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah.
I went, me thinking, like, oh, I'm gonna be fine. I just couldn't stop. I got so excited.
Good. I mean, as you should.
It was just such a good time.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
And it's like how you said, you guys, like, grew up together. It was a long time, and you're celebrating.
Yeah, I've been, like, seeing a lot of people. Yeah. And I think that's the thing that, like, not to bring it back to them, but, like, they're both individually just amazing people. I obviously know Marissa more, but she is like, she's so like wholesome. Like, she's fucking smart. She has a really big heart. She's driven. Like, she takes care of hers. Like, I just wish her nothing but the best.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was telling Patty, even my mom, Marissa, if you're hearing this, even my mom, she was like, oh, where's Patty? I'm like, oh, she's going to a wedding, like Marissa's wedding. She's like, she mentioned your mom's name. She's like, I was like, Mom, I don't know. And she's like, yeah. She's like, oh my God, wow. Like, so happy. I was like,
because,
oh, okay.
Yeah, because my tia used to hang out with my cousins on my dad's side. And Lena, which is Marissa's mom, was their friend. So like they all grew up together.
Yeah.
So yeah, she does know her.
Yeah. So she was just like going back to that. She's like, oh my god, I'm so happy for them.
I know it was so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like it was a good time. I'm like, damn, I love weddings.
I was literally gonna say that. I was like, oh, I love weddings, but and I've always said I cannot wait for hers. But I'm like, damn. I'm like,
bitch,
like, I can't wait for hers.
At
but
this
like,
point,
damn.
mine's gonna be. Who knows if I'm even getting married at this point? Let's be fucking for real.
Same way, honestly.
I feel like you're closer.
Oh my god! Wait, when
closer
did you say, guys? There was something that I had said. She's like, "Bitch, I'm gonna start charging you for every time."
Oh,
that, like,
hold on. Let me. It was when you.
It was when I had the opportunity and I
Okay,
killed it.
hold on. Let me just search for it.
That was so funny.
Bitch, because I tell you all the fucking time.
No, I know.
Hold on. Oh, I found it.
I'm gonna start fucking charging your ass every time I give you advice, and then when you're freaking out, and then everything turns out good, and then literally the feedback you get from your team is exactly what I told you. I'll be charging you like $5.
No, but literally, because I tell this bitch, we're constantly obviously talking to each other. So I'm always like, no, bitch, like, blah, 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 blah. And I give, like, very specific advice or feedback. And she gets damn near the exact verbatim, if you know verbatim, feedback from her team. And I'm like, bitch, I'm going to start charging your ass. And then I was like, we'll have enough to pay for both of our weddings.
Oh, because I told her when she sent that, I said, save it for my future bridal shower.
Oh, yeah.
And then that's when she said.
I was like, we'll have enough to pay for both of our weddings and honeymoons.
No, but yeah, guys. So going back to that, no, I know, me too. I'm like, I love weddings now. I'm like, damn.
I know. I think it's different because now we get to enjoy all the events leading up to it.
Yeah.
So like, I went to her bridal shower. Like, it's just different now that we get to be more involved.
And just seeing our friends that day, like,
I think that's
happy.
another thing too, because most of the weddings before were like family members.
Yeah.
But they were like way older. So like I was just going because like we were invited.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like really invested or anything, or I wasn't as connected to like the couple.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun. Weddings are fun.
Yeah. So one day.
Eventually.
I know. I'm like, one day.
What did they say? Si Dios quiera.
Yeah, I know.
But one other thing that I wanted to mention, I have been going through it. So let me backtrack. So I looked at our forms. Thank you to those of you who have like filled it out, wrote in your comments. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to our link tree. Link is in our Instagram bio, and there is, oh actually no, sorry, scratch that. Go there, follow everything, but in our highlights on Instagram, there is like our link tree. Basically it's like ask us for advice or give us feedback or whatever. And when I went there, just seeing what people wanted, what the listeners wanted to hear from us, some of the things were just like advice, and a lot of what they wanted advice around was like body image, like advice about like yourself and feeling good and all that. And y'all, I've been going through, I feel like I struggle with this 24/7, like all the time. But whenever like there's events coming where I have to like dress up, that's when I'm like, oh, son of a bitch, like I'm like, I have to find a dress, blah blah blah. So like I was stressing to find something for the wedding that one I felt comfortable in, and two just like fit me. So that I was like going, ended up finding something. I felt okay. It was like, I felt whatever, like nothing crazy. It was also, I like waited last minute, so there's that. But yeah, it's been like getting to me a lot lately. And I've also, I think the last week I was sick. So like I didn't go to the gym for like a week. Literally the week of the wedding, I didn't go to the gym once because I had the flu. Bro, I lost my sense of smell. I lost my sense of taste. And I literally was like, oh my God, I think I have COVID. Took a test, negative.
Oh.
I just literally got sick. But then I was on TikTok and bitch, everyone was getting sick. People at work, same thing. Anyways, and I've mentioned this before, like when I'm not going to the gym, literally that fucks with me mentally. So I've just like been feeling ugly, like hating everything about how I look, critiquing myself more than ever, like to the max. And I was like, no, like, fuck this. I need to, but I know what it is. Like, when I'm not in the gym,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I have like my inner monologue, like, bitch, like, you ain't doing shit. Like, you're letting yourself go, blah, blah, blah. All that hard work for what? Like, well, literally, like, these are the thoughts running through my head. And I was like, no, like, whatever. I started back once I, like, after the wedding, after the bridal shower, or the engagement brunch. I, like, literally have been in the gym every day. Like, I've just been going, and I've felt better.
Yeah.
But I obviously know I still have a long way to go. And I, like, had a talk with Alanis. I told her, I was like, bitch, I'm tired. Like, I'm fucking tired of, like, feeling like this. And she's like, remember, she's like, whether you realize it or not, your body is changing.
Yeah.
She told me, she was like, bitch, like, and I told her, I had a physical.
Oh,
That's what it was. I had a physical.
Yeah.
And I gained some weight. And then I told Alanis, I was like, but I'm telling myself that's muscle. I was like, and, oh yeah, that did that. Okay, I think I told you. I think I told her to. And Alanis was like, no, bitch. She's like, honestly, she's like, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. She was like, because bitch, you are strong as fuck.
Strong, guys. So fucking strong.
She was like, bitch, you're strong as fuck. And I'm like, I was like, that's what I'm telling myself. And I don't know. I think after that, I kind of had like, I didn't want to go into like old habits. What I mean, old habits, like my eating disorder from middle school, high school. But don't worry, not going there. I literally was like, I didn't get my ass in the gym. But I know what it is, bitch. I need more protein.
Yeah.
Dude, but I'm with that.
That's
thinking
true.
about protein,
so
bitch, I wanted to throw up.
I have a protein powder that I bought plant-based, and I was trying every day, bitch, because
it's hard.
It's so hard. It's so hard. Like,
thinking like, about it, I'm like, ugh.
It's so hard. Like, either chicken, like everything, and like.
And bitch, I don't. You already know me. I don't really like chickens. I don't really like steak.
It's so hard.
But I know that's what Alanis is like. She's like, you have to like think. She's like, you need more fuel.
Yeah.
Because she was like, my body, she's like, I noticed changes once my protein intake came out. Because she's like, yeah, you're putting in the work, but you need to fuel your body to like maintain the gains and see your gains. And I'm just like, I'm a work in progress. Yeah. But I have been going through it. But today I went to the gym and I felt so good. Yeah. Like, even like showing up to the gym, I was like excited. I woke up, bitch. Like, you texted me last night, bitch, I was out. Like, I literally woke up to like 4 text messages from you, and I was like, what time did I fall asleep? And I woke up, I went to the gym early. It was so good. I did it back, my favorite day. I was there for maybe like 2.5 hours. And it just felt good. I got home, showered, and then I texted you like, I'm ready, like whatever.
Like,
we're gonna like record. But yeah. So that's my little spiel. It's been difficult.
Yeah. And literally, same. Like, it's like I've been going through it, but when she said I'm fighting back the old habits, whereas me, I'm going back to my old habits, which is like obviously not good, not ideal. So I've been struggling, but like what I told her, I was like, at least what I see different this time is that I'm acknowledging it and I'm trying to see like, how can I change that? And I thought it was just, I knew I was doing this to myself and I knew it was happening. But yesterday, my mom told me, because I got home and I was starving because I hadn't eaten all day. I had coffee and stuff. And my mom, we were sitting down because I was like, oh, do you want something? So I went to El Tío and we sat down. Yeah, I was like, I need like a torta or something. And even then, like, I caught myself, like, usually a torta, I finish it quick. I caught myself, like, taking 2 bites. And I was like, okay, I'm done. After, like, not eating, you know? And it's like, back to my old habits. And my mom saw that. So she's like, I've noticed it all week. And for a few times, like, you're not eating. Like, you need to eat. What's happening? And I was like, oh, shit. Okay, so it's not just, yeah. So she called it out. And I was like, oh, shit, okay. And I think it's because, I mean, I was already, like we said, I've struggled with this forever. We've struggled with this, and I knew it was coming, and I was doing it to myself. But there was a comment made to me recently by one of my uncles, and it like hit me, like, you know, it impacted me even more, and it hit me harder just because I was already going through that and going through those like thoughts and already not eating. So hearing that, it made me be like, okay, no, like now you really have to like do it. And then that's what I noticed this week, that it was just more of that, like I'll just drink water to suppress it. I'll just do this. So me even like just saying that right now, you know. But yeah, so yesterday when my mom told me that last night, and then I looked down and I see like my torta, and it was literally 2 bites, and then it's usually cut in half, and I put it away already, and I was like, oh, Dad, you can eat it. So then I was like, dude, after like not eating all day, I was like, really, like something, you know. So yeah, but when my mom told me that, and then this morning too, I saw both of them, and it just reminded me back in the day when like I was going through that. We went to breakfast this morning. I usually get like a molcajete, which it's pretty big, but usually I'm like good with it. Like I do it. I just won't eat like the tortilla, and I'll eat it. And then today, I caught the same thing. Caught myself like even like not intentionally, but I already like I just had like it comes with like 4 pieces of chicken. I took 2 of it, and a piece of cheese and a cebollita, and I was like, okay, I'm done. And my dad looked at me. He's like, what the fuck? And then yeah, so same thing again. They're really just like there's something happening here, because again, like you're literally like not eating. So yeah, guys, that's what's like been going through lately. But I mean, it's hard, and it's like Patty said, it's a work in progress. It's like a lot, but the fact that we're both acknowledging that, I think, you know, it's like big, but I definitely need to like just get either like how we've talked about me going back to like going to the gym, or like just walks and like runs and or something like that, which at the beginning was helping me with cane. Like at least I was like walking, but it's slowly. But I'm like, okay, just like I'm taking it day by day, and I'm just like, okay, but you're noticing it. But yesterday that my parents saw that, and today that I was watching them watch me eat, I was like, oh, okay. But like, yeah, so I was like,
bitch, first of all, props to you, because I didn't even know that you were gonna say all of that. I didn't expect any of that to leave your mouth. Yeah. So props to you there. But yeah, it is fucking hard.
Mm-hmm. It's hard, guys. It's hard.
It's a day by day process. But again, like, I'm just proud that you even like said, because before Mely wouldn't say anything. Mm-hmm. Like we would notice, mm-hmm. and then we would approach it. Mm-hmm. But the fact that you even like text me like, bitch, like mm-hmm. da 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 da, like I'm not gonna lie, mm-hmm. and I'm like, bro, like please, like no, I'm like, that's not it, like come on, like let's do this. But going back to like the fucking comment, dude, I was pissed. I can imagine you. I was fucking pissed. Mm-hmm. I was literally like, what the actual fuck? And that kind of just goes back to our episode about like traditions, where they can say whatever the fuck they want, and even like trying to validate what they said. It doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, like if you're like, oh, that like you don't know what the fuck I'm going through. Yeah. How am I supposed to know? Yeah. Exactly. So keep your fucking mouth shut.
Yeah. Like my mom, I was surprised my mom said something. So my mom said something, but I think it's because she had probably been noticing that I was like doing this stuff.
Now it makes sense. Yeah. Because so I was surprised. I was like, she said something?
So she like called it out, and then the person was like, well, how am I supposed to know? I'm just telling her she should know. And I was like, and again, because
it's not your fucking place.
Yeah. And they were so used to seeing me a certain way, but it's like, dude, like, you know, I'm growing up, things change, but it's like it just, you, like, what makes you think it's okay
to, like, definitely just not say it? Okay, even if you're thinking it, keep that shit to yourself. Because that could literally be someone's 13th reason. Yep. But there was a TikTok, literally, it was this week that I saw it, and it was this woman, she was, like, in her closet, and she was, like, it literally, TikTok is like, bitch, this is for you. She's in the closet. She's like, I feel ugly and everything. She's like, I don't like it, blah, blah, blah. And her husband she was like, I'm just too big. Like, and mind you, this woman, like, she looks good. Like, she's slim. She looks good. And her husband's like, what are you talking about? He's like, I never want to hear you talk about yourself and your body in that way. He was like, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, the TikTok. He was like, your body, literally, as women, your body changes when it's getting to an age to prepare for childbirth. And when he explained it that way, I was like, I knew our bodies change, but when he said it, I was like,
I would have never.
Yeah, I was like, duh. Yeah. Literally, our hips get wider, we gain weight because because back in the day, people were having babies literally like late teens, early 20s. So that's when bodies start to change and you get your woman body or your curves, and everything changes. Everything, hormones, your metabolism, everything changes.
Yeah.
And I think when I saw that, and I don't know, it was just, I thought it was cute because like the way he was telling her, like, the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, he literally was like, you are beautiful. I was like,
I need someone like that in my life.
I was like, king.
Yeah.
Like validating her, and I was like, and all the comments were like, basically women saying like, oh my god, like, we love him, we love that he's supporting you and he's telling you all these things because it's a real thing. And I feel like that's like the number one thing. I don't want to say that like one day I'm gonna be like, oh my god, like I'm gonna feel so good, because I think once it's like I like body dysmorphia, I feel like that's always gonna be a thing. I just think now what the process is like trying to speak more kindly to myself, and like Alanis always says this, she was like, you're gonna manifest your words. So she's like, how you speak to yourself and about yourself is how you're gonna view yourself. So she's like, you have to be kind to yourself.
And literally her posting like her post and then putting her affirmations for the day at the bottom, I'm like, I see her doing that. I'm like, oh
yeah, she always posts that because one, she does it for herself. Like those are things that she tells herself, and she's just sharing it. And literally, like, we always talk about Alanis, but like she, like, the way she carries herself, but it's literally her mindset. Like, it's literally like, we're always like, damn, we want to be like her. It's her mindset. Because she'll look at you and be like, she's like, I don't know what she's looking at, but like, that bitch is bomb as fuck. Like,
no, like literally how you said her mindset. Because me too, I would look at her, I'm like, damn, bitch, like, fuck, you know?
I always tell her.
No,
but
it's hard, guys. It's hard.
It's a process.
And I know there's many of you that are probably going through the same thing, you know, but
and
you're beautiful.
Yes. It's just triggering. You're beautiful too, bitch. It's just triggering. And I feel like I'm more like, I feel like when comments are made to you, I'm like ready to pop off. I think it's because I know like where your head will go versus where mine will go. So I'm like, how fucking dare you say anything to her?
And
I was literally like texting, and I was like, what the fuck?
I know, because I texted her right away. I was like, dude, I was like, here we go again, because it's like they always feel like they have like a right to like tell me, and I'm like, you have no idea. Like, I'm like, you know.
But it's like you said, it's because in their mind, I don't know what it is, but like, I think it might be like kind of like what Annabelle was saying, like, when you think of your younger self, you think of a certain image. I think everyone in our family, when they think of us, they have a specific image of us. And I think for you, it was when you were in high school. But again, you were a little girl. I always tell you, like, when you show pictures, like, look how small I was. The first thing I say, bitch, you were pubescent. I always say that. I do not say, oh my god. Nope, I do not give a compliment to that little girl. I never say, oh my god, yeah, you were. I never say that. I'm like, bitch, you were pubescent. I was like, remember, I was like, that girl did not eat. I was like, that girl did not love herself.
And literally that, I'm like, when I see those, and I recently, not too long ago, I actually deleted all of those pictures from my phone, because, and even from my Snapchat, because I found myself going back to that. And in my Snapchat, you know how it's like hidden. I was obsessed with like tracking like my weight and how I was going. So all of college, when I was like, I had hit like my biggest, then I put myself like in check, but it was just like old routines. And then literally that, I was like, it was just ground beef, or ground turkey, and like certain things like every single day, and just twice a day. So like it was, the habits was just so bad. And like recently, like seeing that, I was like, oh, but it worked. But it's like, no, like it's like, no, that's just not how it should be. So just deleting those stuff also helped. So yeah, but it's
it's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress, guys.
That part.
But that's it for today.
Your girl over here is sweaty.
Yeah, that's it for today's episode, guys.
Because it was a lot.
Yeah, we ended with a lot.
We just dumped everything, all of our issues.
Here you go. Hey guys, well, we'll see you in our next episode. Bye.